WROC-TV 8, serving the Rochester area for 40 years. From Rochester's first television station, this is News 8.
A battle over a school closing in Orleans County. Good evening, I'm Jim Parsons. Virginia Butler has the night off. Waterport residents are mounting a campaign against the Albion Central School District. Parents there are upset over a proposal to close the town's only elementary school. Tina Dunbar reports.
They've put a piece of red paper or string or ribbon on the handle of your car. We're all going in mass, and boy, we are seeing red.
Waterport residents are rallying for support to save what they call the life of their community. Last month, they discovered the district is considering moving students from their elementary school to Albion Central.
I bring my kids out here to go to school in a rural atmosphere where you know the teachers, you know the parents, you know everybody that's around. If they go to Albion, they become another number.
I think they made up their mind a few years ago that they were going to close it, and now it's come to the point where they're going to close it.
Members of the school board will determine the fate of Waterport Elementary tonight. District administrators recommended closing the 161-student facility because it needs over $1 million in repairs.
You know, if the board votes to approve our recommendation to close the building, then they would not have that facility available.
Electric wiring in the school needs upgrading, lead pipes removed, and classrooms expanded. This room triples as a gym, cafeteria, and a computer workshop. Administrators say it wouldn't pay to invest in the building.
We're the taxpayers. They're supposed to be of the people, by the people, for the people, and now all of a sudden we're getting it rammed down our throats.
Despite resident outcries to keep these doors open, the school's PTA isn't taking a side on this issue, so parents have retained an attorney to seek a court injunction against the board. But parents say their biggest concern is that they were never officially notified. Tonight, they plan to make the district feel their anger before the board casts the deciding votes. Tina Dunbar, News 8 in Waterport.
Well, for the first time ever, an inmate at the Monroe County Jail has escaped. It happened this afternoon as the prisoner was being held in the city lockup part of the jail. Authorities from the Sheriff's Department say Anthony Cannella escaped, then was captured last hour. And Under Sheriff Patrick O'Flynn joins us live now from the county jail. Under Sheriff, how did he escape? How was he captured?
Well, Jim, the prisoner was a trustee in the facility and had no prior behavioral problems at all. He was mopping the area of the third floor city lockup when he was able to go off into an area and force open a lockbox which contained the keys and then escape to his room.
Now, being a trustee means, of course, that he doesn't have anyone looking over him all the time?
Oh, no, they're supervised constantly. It's just that they're given a little bit more access through the specific area of the facility, his being the third floor of the city lockup.
When and where did you find him?
He was found over at 465 Meg Street. Information received by our department through the investigation of our criminal investigation division. They stated that it was basically due to the quickness of response of the deputies in the jail and in the CID.
Briefly, will there be an internal investigation?
Yes, there's a simultaneous internal investigation and a criminal investigation with escape charges pending.
All right, Under Sheriff Patrick O'Flynn, thanks for being with us tonight.
Thank you.
Well, Dominic Taddeo, a fugitive from justice for 2 years, may be back in Rochester by the end of the week. Taddeo is in a Cleveland, Ohio jail after federal authorities were unwittingly led to him by his brother yesterday. Taddeo jumped bail 2 years ago. He was charged with firearms violations, and authorities suspect he committed 3 murders. Officials say he has been from Florida to Philadelphia to Cleveland and changed his appearance, including losing 25 pounds.
He has been in many different states, and the primary purpose of his existence, what seems to have taken the majority of his attention in the last couple of years, is basically eluding capture.
Taddeo was arrested under an alias last week. He was accused of trying to copy false identification. Ohio authorities didn't know who he was at the time and released him. He could be extradited this week. A state Supreme Court jury this afternoon acquitted a suspected youth gang member of murder. Raymond Scott was found not guilty in the shooting death last year of Manson Tisdale, a member of the G-Boys gang. The jury did find Scott guilty of a minor weapons charge. He faces a maximum of 4 years in jail. The jury deliberated the case only a few hours this afternoon before reaching its innocent verdicts. Overcrowding at the Monroe County Jail has reached a critical point. The jail is housing nearly 3 times the number of prisoners it was designed to hold. Sheriff Andrew Maloney went to Albany today to a state corrections department hearing on the problem. Brad Couples has this report on what it's like on the inside.
As of this morning, the jail's population was 828 in a facility designed to hold 274. Inmates say jailers have been forced to leave some small cells open, and when those are later searched, security has been breached.
In the open cell that they keep open, they found 2 knives or 2 shanks, and I think this is very unsafe.
It's very hostile. It's so many, it's fights and things going on every day.
More than a dozen inmates could be crowded into a cell the size of the one in which we did our interviews.
Everybody deserves privacy. I mean, even an animal has privacy. But basically, the only time you have privacy is when you're all locked in.
Is that humane?
No. No, it's not, and I admit it.
With nearly every community in our area reporting less crime, the county's chief jailer thinks he knows why the inmate population continues to soar. Drugs.
A 275% increase in drug offense arrests and commitments alone. And I believe we're seeing that escalation all over the country.
And with crowding comes violence behind bars, often for trivial reasons.
You know, you get into fights about the TV, you get into fights about the telephone, because there's so many people that want to use it at that point in time.
All 3 inmates agreed with Sheriff Maloney's contention that the new jail won't do much to ease overcrowding. All we'll end up with is more overcrowded cells in Monroe County. Brad Couples, News 8.
Still ahead, City to Recycle, and Batavia marks another anniversary. More news in a moment.
Ready for big savings on a new car? Then get into the Big Hyundai Cash Flow and get $1,000 cash back at your Hyundai dealer now. Buy a new XL GLS with over 80 standard features and get a check for $1,000 with your name on it. Could be that down payment, $1,000 factory cash back. But you've got to hurry into your Hyundai dealer now before the Big Hyundai Cash Flow is tapped out. Rush into your nearest Hyundai dealer and go with the Big Hyundai Cash Flow today.
There may be one in your house, a room you dare not let anyone enter because of the floor. Hideous and worn out. But now at Rochester Linoleum, save 20% on select Congolian floors and get a chance to win thousands of dollars in inlaid diamond jewelry. So turn that hideous nightmare into a beautiful new room at Rochester Linoleum and Carpet. But hurry, the offer ends April 30th.
The first of what NASA hopes will be 7 shuttle flights this year is underway. Discovery lifted off just before 10 this morning following a weather delay of nearly 2 hours.
They've been working on that castle all afternoon. Look at them. So wrapped up in their own little world. Not a care, not a worry. Isn't that the life? Oh, now that's more like life. Gotta be ready for anything.
Nationwide is on your side.
It's spring rebate fever at Dodgetown. Get $500 cash back on Dodge Shadow and Dodge Dynasty. $500 back delivers this Omni for just $59.99. Get $750 cash back on Daytona and Lancer. $1,000 back on the new Dakota and $2,000 on full-size pickups. There's more. Save thousands on 30 new Chrysler auction cars. Spring rebates or 4.9 financing across the board at Dodgetown on the Ridge in Irondequoit, in front of them all.
A major recycling effort is in the works for Rochester. Mayor Tom Ryan announced plans today to expand the city's recycling program to include the entire city by this fall. Residents will be asked to separate newspaper, cans, and clear glass from the rest of their garbage. The city will provide special recycling containers to place by the curb for pickup on the same day as regular garbage collection. City officials are confident the program will be well received.
The pilot program has shown us that people will participate. There was a lot of interest. Remember, we had more questions from people asking us when are they going to have an opportunity to recycle than we did from people complaining.
Recycling will save the city money, and it'll reduce the amount of garbage being landfilled. This week marks the beginning of the 5th year that Terry Anderson has been held in captivity. In Batavia today, he was honored. Father Lawrence Jenko spoke to high school students at a private Catholic school about his experience in captivity and how he knew Anderson then. Anderson's family hopes the publicity generated from the anniversary services will help renew interest in freeing the hostages. Anderson, the chief Middle East correspondent for the Associated Press, is the longest held Western hostage in Lebanon. We had a dusting of snow this weekend, but 25 years ago it was quite a different story. Those who dared leave the house found themselves trudging through nearly a foot of heavy snow. Motorists experienced traffic at an inchworm pace and many accidents, including this one, a jackknifed 18-wheeler. The storm also shut down the county airport, canceling many flights as well as the state thruway. There was a determined gentleman. He had to shovel out his buried Buick. There he is. Boy, I hope it doesn't happen to us. Just ahead, Bob says all is fair, and JC tells us about an Amherst star named Player of the Week. We'll be right back.
This portion of the news was brought to you by Wendys.
Ma'am, so what do you think of Wendy's new chicken parmesan sandwich?
Autentico, la mia ricetta!
Mama says it tastes like hers, too much like hers.
Chi ha rubato la mia ricetta?
No, Mama, nobody stole your recipe.
No, è mia sorella Antonetta.
I wasn't your sister Antonetta.
Try Wendy's delicious new chicken parmesan sandwich. A whole chicken breast fillet, real mozzarella, and a rich tomato sauce. It's at Wendy's now, but only for a limited time.
She didn't sell your recipe to nobody, Mama.
Wendy's new chicken parmesan sandwich.
TNT! The Redman TNT Winter Nationals roars into Rochester as Hallman Chevrolet presents the world's most powerful pulling series. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Rochester War Memorial. See your favorite TNT stars. Puller of the Year Wayne Roush, along with the wild minis of Terry Kirshner and Ronnie Hoffman. Plus, Bigfoot and Stomper, America's favorite monsters, in a car-crushing crunch match. Kids get in for $2 with each paid adult this Friday. Tickets at the box office and all Ticketrons.
Cardiologists at Strong are looking for 40 volunteers with high blood pressure to test a new formulation of the drug Procardia. Those interested should be at least 30 years old. Call 275-4160 for more details on the study.
Here's a sure sign of spring. Chase Pitkin's Spectacular Home Show is back. This weekend it's our 10th anniversary edition. Free admission. Free clinics by Norm Abram of This Old House, Doc and Katie, Homer Formby. Free displays of the latest do-it-yourself projects and products. Even free fun for the kids. Visit the City of Rochester's community display. There's thousands in door prizes. This weekend, Chase Pitkin's 10th anniversary home show. And it's absolutely free.
Chase Pitkin.
Now showing at Lou Holtz Buick Isuzu, the hottest double feature new car ticket in town, starring the 1989 Buick Riata at $3,500 off and co-starring the 1989 Riviera at $3,200 off. And we've got the largest selection in the state of New York. Riata Riviera Super Savings now showing at New York's biggest Riata Riviera dealer, Lou Holtz Buick Isuzu, just 1/2 mile east of the Lowe's 12-plex in Webster.
I don't know what it was like here this weekend, but Bob, on Saturday in Pennsylvania, I played golf. It was 65 and sunny.
Well, we have a slight warm up here too, Jim. It's not going to make it up to 65 degrees, but we will climb to near 50 tomorrow. Finally, we made it up to 44 today, and that was all the way up from a low of 9 degrees this morning. Our current temperature is 41 degrees under mostly cloudy skies for the time being. That will change later. Relative humidity, quite dry, 30%. Barometric pressure is on the way down, and winds are coming in from the east at just 7 miles per hour. Temperatures from around the area range from the mid-30s to the mid-40s. All in all, about seasonable, about average for this time of the year. We should be around 40 degrees. Well, there is a high-pressure system to our east that gave us some sunshine today, but it's moving off, and there's a disturbance on the way which will bring us some showers by tomorrow night. But at the same time, it's going to bring us some warmer temperatures and some gusty winds at times tomorrow and tomorrow night. Now, the sunshine should return on Wednesday, but around midweek, a frontal system will pass through and cause our temperatures to drop. Now, looking at the satellite map, a lot of heavy fog over the nation's midsection today, ranging from Oklahoma all the way up into Minnesota. Also some showers from Kentucky to North Carolina, freezing rain falling across the Montana and the Dakota region, changing into snow over the western Great Lakes. Looking at tonight's lows, a lot of western New York and the rural areas will be in the 20s, but I think here in the city we will stay in the low 30s. Temperatures will be in the teens for lows over the north central part of the nation, in the balmy 60s over the New Orleans area down into Houston. That's even warmer than Miami, kind of chilly along the west coast with lows in the 30s for much of that region. Looking at tomorrow's national map, you can see that low pressure system to our west that will keep snow alive over the western Great Lakes and start pushing some moisture and rain our way toward tomorrow evening. Looks like warm temperatures, even summer-like, over the southeast. More rain is ahead for the Pacific Northwest. Our Tops News 8 weather picture is by Bobby Truhell of Penfield, and let the story be told about shamrocks and gold. Thank you very much, Bobby. The forecast tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low about 32 degrees, winds out of the south at 5 to 10. Tomorrow, partly sunny skies, it will definitely be breezy if not windy, a high near 50, winds coming in from the south at 15 to 25. Tomorrow night, occasional showers and windy, a low around 40 degrees, and on Wednesday, partly cloudy and colder, a high falling down into the 30s. There's still the chance, although unpredictable, that we could see those northern lights again tonight, Jim.
They were gorgeous last night.
Oh, like a curtain, I was told. A
really,
faint glow.
They were.
All right.
Thank you, Bob. On Wall Street today, the Dow was up 24 points in moderate trading.
This portion of the news was brought to you by Tops Friendly Markets.
Tops never stops, saving you more. Tops never stops, look what's in store.
At Tops, it's easy shop, easy go.
Good morning. Did you find everything you were looking for?
Our friendly and helpful people never stop working to make your checkout experience a pleasant one. You can even use MasterCard or Visa.
Thank you for shopping Tops.
Tops never stops, saving you more. Tops never stops.
We wanted our new home to really make an impression. Lincoln Wood Windows offered us more selection, more colors, better performance, and they didn't cost any more.
If you're building a new home, insist upon the quality, the selection, the value of Lincoln Wood Windows. Available today at the Window and Door Experts on Lyle Avenue. Rochester Colonial Manufacturing.
The IRS is looking into the finances of 23 television ministries. The agency says most are suspected of underreporting income, engaging in politics, or allowing officials to line their pockets with ministry earnings.
When you need to bring elegance to your next dinner party, you need a spiral sliced ham from Carando. Carando starts with the finest traditional bone-in ham, then with a swirling, twirling motion, slices into and around the bone for a convenient pre-sliced ham. And that means no mess, no fuss, no carving. Carando spiral sliced ham is perfect for parties, for holidays, for weddings, for every special day. Carando spiral sliced ham. It's the easy, elegant entertainer.
At some dealers, spring shipments aren't always as big as they'd like you to believe. others talk about their truckloads. But when your Monroe County Chevy dealers order for spring, they come by the trainload. Full-size pickups with no-charge automatic transmission. S10 pickups with $750 cash back. Option discounts to $1,900. Plus, look for the special spring shipment tags. You could save hundreds more.
Monroe County, here come the Chevys.
Despite that loss on Saturday, the Amherst still hot.
That's right. They won 3 out of 4 last week and really looking good for the playoffs now. For the 3rd time this season, Kenny Priestley's been named AHL Player of the Week. Priestley scored 7 goals in 4 games with the Amherst, including a hat trick in last night's win over Adirondack. And the third-year center now has 53 goals in just 58 games with Rochester. Priestley and the Amherst now in sole possession of 3rd place after the win over the Red Wings. Second period action here. Mike Donnelly's shot jammed in by Priestley. That tied the game at 1. Then in the third period with the score tied at 3, Jody Gage, a tremendous effort here, firing in the puck for what turned out to be the game winner. Priestley added an insurance goal here as the Amherst down the Red Wings. Rochester now off until Friday night, and then they'll travel to Utica. If you're a student of basketball history, then you'll probably remember the last time the Orangemen lost to Georgetown in the Big East Championship. It was Syracuse that went all the way to the Final Four. Of course, that's small consolation for SU yesterday. The Hoyas showing why they are the odds-on favorite now to win the national championship with a big win. And here's one of the big reasons why. Senior guard Charles Smith for 16 points he had yesterday. The other big reason, 6'10 freshman Alonzo Mourning, unstoppable in the paint. Georgetown opened up a 13-point lead early, but the Orangemen rallied behind their senior guard Sherman Douglas. He had 15 points, and Jim Boeheim's crew only trailed by 8 at the half. Second half, Cat Stevens was heard to say, "Mourning has broken loose." That is, the powerful center slammed and jammed his way to a game-high 21 points, and the Hoyas rolled to their 6th Big East championship in 10 years. Later, Douglas said Georgetown is not invincible, but they're pretty close to it.
When we pressed them, it really rattled us, and that's how we really got back into the ball game. I think also was the key was after they called a couple of timeouts and realized they had to take the ball to us and got Dirk in foul trouble, that's when they became successful. And when you play a good team like Georgetown with a lot of zone, they're going to obviously pick it apart as the game go on.
I thought that I had made a lot of demands on the kids this year and put a lot of pressure on them, and I've driven them hard, and I think that they deserve to have won, and that's why I was extremely pleased.
The Syracuse will tip off the NCAA tournament Friday afternoon against East Coast Conference champion Bucknell. The Orangemen obviously big favorites to win that one. Then they would move on to play the winner of Florida and Colorado State. That game will be Sunday afternoon, also at Reunion Arena in Dallas. Spring training news, Eddie Murray continues to make the transition from Baltimore to his new team in Los Angeles. The longtime Orioles slugger was dealt to the Dodgers after a stormy past couple of seasons with Baltimore. The power-hitting first baseman has been criticized for not being a team player, but Murray says that's a bad rap. And as for his ruining the chemistry on the Dodgers,
no, I'm not going to come over here and destroy anything they had. Hopefully we can get right back in the World Series. I just come over here and hope to add some kind of offense and defense to this ball club. And just hope we can finish up what we did last year. I can't come over here saying I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, because then you look crazy when you don't do it. So, I just look at the challenge of coming over trying to add something to the ball club.
And it certainly hasn't been Danny Cox's kind of month so far. The Cardinals pitcher found out yesterday he'll have to miss the whole 1989 season because of an elbow injury. And today comes word that a St. Louis television photographer suing the big right-hander for that incident in the airport just last Wednesday. Cox upset over that career-threatening injury, and later he apologized. But now the photographer says he's taking the case to court. Jim, coming up tonight, we'll talk with Kenny Priestley, the AHL Player of the Week.
Looks like he might have injured his shoulder there with that camera.
Gets a little excited, huh?
All right, thanks, JC. Well, it's that time of year again when our bright spot heads south to Walt Disney World for the Goofy Games. After a fine showing last year, Dwayne's trying to live up to expectations, and in day one of the games, he's doing just that. He's standing by live via satellite now with more. Dwayne?
Jim, let me ask you a question, buddy. What is black and white and red all over?
Well, I'm looking at a color monitor. It looks like you.
You got it, man. You just ruined my punchline, but that's all right. That's all right. We're having a lot of fun and doing a lot of hard work down here in sunny Walt Disney World. Excuse my voice a little bit, because day one down here has been an extremely exciting game. You know, last year, as you said, we came down here and won $5,000 for Easter Seals. We finished second. So obviously, everyone is expecting a lot from this Rochester team. And so far, we have not disappointed them.
From the minute the teams gathered for the opening parade, you just knew that this year things would be a little different for the gang from Rochester.
Hey, not this time, Rochester, not this year. Forget about it. No way. No way, man.
Sure, Goofy still started the festivities with the lighting of the official flame, but after that, it was off to the new Disney MGM studios, where we found ourselves at the mercy of some brand new Goofy challenges, like the pie throw. Folks, we may not be the goofiest, but we're the tastiest team down here. Hats off to this total team effort in the derby toss. And move over, Tarzan and Jane. Here come the new kings of the jungle.
Well, I think we did all right with Frank at the pie toss, but the screaming kind of got to me. Well, I think we did pretty good on the yell, but we're in the money, Rock.
Next up, the goofiest game show ever, complete with Banana White and the Wheel of Goofy. Contest winner Neil Moynihan's personal nightmare. But thanks to the strong shoulders and accurate putter of Frank Reich, we rallied back.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, there was a Mickey Mouse ball, and Mickey was looking up at me. He was just telling me how hard to hit it, so I was just talking to him, just stroked through what Mickey said. I mean, this is Disney World.
Yes, indeed, it is Disney World, but there is nothing Mickey Mouse about this Rochester team. After day one of the competition, folks, we have not disappointed you hometown fans. Number one, WROC Channel 8 in first place by a solid 100 points. People are gunning for us, though, Jim, and we've got to be
sounds like Sam Kinison has nothing to worry about with the way you guys yell.
Oh, no.
We should remind folks that the benefits from this, the proceeds from this benefit...
Easter seals.
Easter seals. Okay.
Yes. Wonderful.
Have fun down there. Good luck tomorrow, Dwayne.
All right, Jim. Thank you.
Still ahead tonight, a United giveaway.
A new car or truck is a big purchase, and that's why it's Dorschel for many good reasons. This is Rick Dorschel with reason number 4. Over 150 Dorschel people who want to make buying and owning a Dorschel car or truck a pleasant experience for you. Pleasant like our salespeople, Dorschel's office staff, our skilled service technicians, Dorschel's auto restoration craftsmen, our customer service people, Dorschel's delivery staff. All together, we're working to get you to choose Dorschel for many good reasons. West Henrietta Road between Southtown and Marketplace.
Do you know this year's new edition of Wegmans United Giveaway features 3 ways for you to win? First, after you donate your $1 at Wegmans checkout, you scratch your game ticket, you'll win something right on the spot every time. Second, collect game pieces. You could win up to $5,000 cash. And third, enter the weekly live $10,000 grand prize drawing. Over $2 million in prizes are available. Wegmans' new United Giveaway. Everyone wins something every time.
East Rochester School District residents are invited to community meetings on budget planning tonight and tomorrow night at the high school on Woodbine Avenue. The meetings begin at 7:30.
Hallman Chevrolet announces the sale of the season, the saving of the green. Right now, over 150 Hallman Chevy trucks are in stock and discounted below manufacturer suggested retail. Like this 89 Astro van for only $14,789. A half-ton S10 pickup from $82.65. A completely loaded Blazer, including trailering equipment, Hallman discounted to just $19,824. All prices are clearly marked. You'll see what we mean when we save you the green. Right now at Hallman Chevrolet Trucks.
This computer just printed out Ruby Gordon's current inventory, all 985 pages.
Sell.
And when the computer says sell, we sell. So right now, Ruby Gordon's marking everything down.
All must go.
When the computer says all must go, all must go. So we have bargains like sofas, 63% off, recliners, 45% off, beds, 35% off. This is the biggest inventory clearance Ruby Gordon's ever had. And when the computer says Gallagher,
Wegmans today kicked off its second annual United Giveaway campaign. For a $1 donation to the United Way campaign, Wegmans shoppers receive a game ticket that has 3 parts to it: an instant winner cash or merchandise prize, a collect and win game, and an entry for a weekly $10,000 drawing. Wegmans says it has smoothed out the rough spots from last year.
There wasn't enough instant gratification last year, everyone winning every time. Also, it was a little bit confusing, and it went on for too long. So in this year's game, everyone is a winner.
The contest will go 8 weeks, and Wegmans hopes to raise $1.2 million. Coming up tonight at 11 on Night Beat, will East Bloomfield get first crack at the Fairport watershed, and parents voice outrage at Albion School Board. We'll see you then.